2-1.
Yeah, so like I said, this is the 8240 polyurea base coat. It's about 2 to 3 hour tack-free dry time with the full broadcast. You always want to go with the full broadcast on this product because it's an aromatic product. So if it's exposed to sunlight, it won't ever over time. It comes packaged in 3-gallon kits. So you got a 3.5-gallon bucket, you got 2 gallons of A, and 3-gallon half size, and then you got 1 gallon of B. The way it's designed, you want to first mix your A side. You always want to mix your pigment for at least about a minute or two. Just to get any pigment that's settling at the bottom, you always want to mix it for all products. You mix it for about a minute or two, then you want to add your B. You can add the whole can into the bucket, and you'll have enough room to mix the whole entire kit. You want to mix it for about 2 to 3 minutes. Get everything consistent and mixed. You get a nice consistent color. And then in the bucket, you got about 18 to 20 minutes. In the bucket, working time on the floor, you got about 15 to 20 minutes. We recommend, for all of our products, you want to squeegee, backroll, and cross roll. So you want to squeegee, you're going to roll it out, you're going to pour it out in the ribbon, you squeegee the whole thing, and you want to roll, you're going to roll it one way, and then roll the other way. So you get the product completely spread out evenly.
So it's less working time on the floor for your bucket?
A little bit, yeah. Well, they're in the same range, yeah. About 18 to 20 minutes in the bucket, 15 to 20 minutes working time on the floor. So, like I said, it's not too temperature dependent, so you're usually, if you're within that time frame, you're usually okay. And like I said too, there's also a faster version of this. So they sell accelerators that you can add to the A side prior to mixing the whole kit. So on those days it's very, very cold and you want to get that fast cure time, you can add an accelerator to your A side and then mix your whole kit.
Do not mix any of our products with a stick. I mean, it happens every day, and those are some of the problem calls we get. You know, contractor comes in the next day after applying, mix it up with a stick, and you know, why do I have soft spots in it? The other thing is, when you're mixing in a bucket like this, you've actually got, even once you add the hardener, you've got unactivated material around the rim. Okay, so even though you think you're saving material, you mix up a whole bucket, and you want to get every drop out, you dump the bucket on the concrete, just let it drain. You may come in the next day and have like little half moons that are soft in that area. So you never want to pour, you know, what's around the rim, unless you use 2 bucket mixing and you scrape out one and go to the next.
The guys doing big jobs, a lot of times the mixer will mix, and the runner, they'll pour into a running bucket, and then they'll run and put. That way you never have, you know. So what do you say, never go up there and scrape that bucket?
Only scrape it.
Uncured, unmixed material sometimes are on the side that'll stick a little bit, and yeah, so if you don't mix it later at the end, and that excess is on. I've seen it sometimes where you could go have a ring on the floor or something from uncured material, and it dropped some material, and you can see the droplets.
You're saying it causes inconsistencies in the flow?
Yeah, you would be able to see it.
Just
Just
real life shit.
Yeah, exactly. Something that's gonna fear, you know? Yeah, 2 quarts and 1 quart. Yeah.
So yeah, again, this is 2 to 1. We're going to break it down and you mix the whole kit. So we're going to mix a total of 3 quarts, 2 quarts A, 1 quart B. Spinning at about 450, 500 RPM. You don't want to go much faster than that. You want to train error to it. So if you got, you know, plug-in electric drill, you know, high torque, you want to keep the revs down.
Nick, this is the fast one, correct?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So this product, like I said, it comes in the 3-gallon kits. The colors that are available are light gray, medium gray, dark gray, and tan.
Oh, this is the fast glue.
We recommend, you know, taking a little bit of tape to the roller, which we did ahead of time, and get all that loose lint off as well. Even though a roller cover says, you know, shed resistant, non-shedding, whatever, believe me, there's still some that come out of it.
Whoever wants to, does anybody want to mess around with it? Push it around, see how it feels? This is a low viscosity product too. Good. So, actually, when you're applying this material on the concrete, it actually penetrates, deeper into the concrete than a standard epoxy would. It's designed for that really strong adhesion to your concrete. And then like Sean was saying too, it also has 140% elongation, so you get a little bit of flexibility with that as well. So it gives you a little bit better impact resistance. And another cool thing about this product, and one of the reasons it's called the fast glue, is because this stuff is actually it's actually sticky. Like when you put this, on your slab walls and your side walls and your garage, your flake will stick to this stuff. It's actually, it'll grab better than epoxy. The chips on the floor, you're not going like throw. Every time you throw them like that, you can actually move the coating and you can actually mess it up. So what you want to do, it's like a very light broadcast. You actually want to put them in a bucket. That's what I see people do. You put them in a 5-gallon bucket, and you're just like you're feeding a chicken. That's all you're doing. Going out, and you're just spreading it, and you don't want to do it towards the coating. You want to go up, so it goes up and falls down.
Yeah, I mentioned when I was in Zambia about 3 years ago, and I was teaching
different ways that people come and scrape it. I always just recommend, as long as you want to get all your excess chips off of the floor, and I always recommend cross scraping. You go all one way and you go the other way. You can either use the regular floor scrapers. I've seen people with the sand screen, they'll screen the whole floor. So there's just different options, but you really want to make sure you get all your excess chips off. A lot of people will, after they broadcast, they'll scrape everything into one corner, and you can still save the chips, use them for some sidewalls, some slabs or something, and you can still use those chips. Once you get everything off, you vacuum everything off, and then you're going to go in and apply your top coat. We always recommend applying the top coat at around 160 square feet per gallon, or around 10 minutes.
However, you can go thicker. This gentleman and I were just talking about that. I mean, realistically, you get those chips really sealed in and get a good surface. You need 80 to 100 square feet on our wall, and kind of make an inverted U. And the squeegee man just keeps going back and forth. Yeah.
So just kind of a pro tip, when you have different coatings, some coatings you want out of the bucket faster, some coatings you want to keep them in the bucket, right? So epoxies, you want to get them out of the bucket, so you can start building up heat, firing off. With the polyaspartics, you have more time in the bucket than you do when you put it out on the floor.
What is the cure temp again for this one?
It's going to be, because,
About 6 to 8 hours.
What's that?
6 to 8.
6 to 8?
Yeah. This one's a little bit longer, but you got more working time with it.
It's closer to an epoxy with as far as cure times go, but normally you finish the job at the end of the day, let it sit till the next day anyway. We recommend 24 hours for foot traffic, 48 hours for maybe in a commercial atmosphere, light cars and foot traffic, and then 72 hours for vehicular traffic. Now,
this is a one-day floor. It's a two-coat system. You put it down. You grind prep to a CFP profile of 3. Put it down, flake full rejection, and then we would top coat. So about 3 hours from now, you'll see that this is dry. We can scrape it and top coat. So the question was brought up about primer. Yes, you can use a primer. I mean, anything you use as a primer would be better than a two-coat. The thicker the mill, the better the system's going to be. Thickness is the key for coating. But if you're trying to do a one-day floor, you're not going to do the primer and this in one day, right? So you're going to have to turn it into a 2-day floor. But yeah, so we have primers. I don't know if we're going to show one of the primers, but we have a water-based primer, goes down super thin, super inexpensive, and then you can then put the fast glue, chip, and then the top coat on top.
Call our Colorado or California office or visit our website at pantheonsurfaceprep.com.